Is the 2018 VStrom 1000XT a good bike for older riders? That's the question I set myself, since so many riders these days are in their twilight years. Does it make sense? Is it easy to manage? Will I be confused by all the tech? I mainly ride old bikes and generally only ride newer ones when friends are kind enough to let me borrow them for a while. So it always comes as something of a revelation to discover how familiar they feel and, at the most basic level, how little bikes have changed.
So, clutch in, ignition on. Okay, thanks.
Oh, I know what you're thinking. What rubbish. What about performance, handling, traction control, ABS, multiple modes, etc., etc.? To which I respond, it's still an engine, a frame, two wheels, a gearbox, clutch and brakes. The levers are all in the same places. If it's in gear, the bike moves forward while you let out the clutch and open the throttle, and it slows down when you apply the brakes. At the fundamental level, things have remained the same. As soon as I started the VStrom, it was like putting on an old, comfortable shoe. Admittedly, I've ridden VStroms before, even renting a VStrom 650 for a 2-week tour of the UK. But the feeling would have been the same, whatever the make or model. Things just haven't changed much. With a seat height of 33.1 inches, the VStrom is not for the vertically challenged. Although the some springs sag when you put your weight on the seat, there's no denying it's a tall bike. My 34-inch inseam means I can handle it easily, but even so, paddling it backwards up a slight, grassy incline wasn't particularly easy. Older, slower riders like me are unlikely to ever test the capabilities of all the techno-wizardry that Suzuki have built into the VStrom. Cornering ABS, semi-linked intelligent braking, and 3-level traction control may be nice to have, seamlessly working away in the background. Although I suspect that most riders, especially the older ones, will never get the bike's computer very excited. And then there's that gear whine. Some people like it. Others, I expect, it would drive up the wall. The exhaust's fairly muted. I heard more wind noise coming up around the headstock than exhaust sound. It's a good-looking bike, though. I particularly like the yellow and black with the gold wheels and tubeless tyres. That beaky protuberance may not appeal to all, but this isn't a retro, and many bikes these days have the same cyclopean mechanical mantis look.
This thing is so light and easy to move around. It's got a fairly good amount of gas in there, but it's just like a bicycle. Okay.
I didn't give the brakes much of a workout, but they stopped the bike when I needed them to without drama and without being grabby or requiring too much of a pull on the lever. Old arthritic hands shouldn't find slowing the VStrom too painful or difficult. So to return to the original question, is this a suitable bike for older riders? My answer is a qualified yes. It's easy to handle, rolls along in a smooth and predictable manner, and has more than enough performance for any situation. It carries its weight very well and feels far lighter than its 500 pounds would suggest, and can be loaded up like a mule for long trips for relaxed touring. If you're tall and still have good knees and hips, it could easily be the bike for you. However, if you're shorter and have some of the physical challenges that come with old age, I would suggest that finding something lighter and lower would be a smart move.